to the YouTube channel J Union. I'm Jada, and in today's video, I will, from the title you can tell, I'm giving my thoughts on the DKDKTV kind of controversy and what's been going on in that kind of YouTube channel area and getting, I guess, armies offended. So, I did not watch the whole 1 hour podcast that pretty much spread the hatred and got a lot of attention because it was a whole hour long and I don't have time for that. But I did watch part of David's confession and saying his thoughts on the part and saying that he's not and he shouldn't be blamed for it because his channel's 50-50 and he just pretty much let Danny do all the work in that podcast because it was just his thing and he wanted to do, and it was a whole hour long. Like, you're not going to edit a whole hour long and monitor that. So it makes perfectly good sense, and yes, I agree with David and I fully understand what he was talking about, and that's 100% true for anything. They had a fair share in their YouTube channel, and that's how it just ended up unraveling without him monitoring it. So I don't have anything against David, and I'm not too strongly against Danny because I haven't seen that 1 hour long video, and so I might actually watch it maybe sometime, but I'm not too strong about. But after watching his video, he said he did a quick summary of that podcast, so I wrote down a few questions that got a lot of hate towards and showing my opinion towards them. And most of my opinions are just like seconds of David's opinion, because pretty much David and I had the same thing. Like, I would first hear the question on what he said, and I'd have my own thought of it, so I could just kind of develop my own natural thought of it, and it was pretty much exactly what he said. So yeah. So again, I'm ARMY and all that kind of stuff, and I love BTS. So first question I wanted to say was, he said that people are frustrated that there haven't been any other groups than BTS, okay? And so K-pop industry is gigantic. If you don't want to listen to BTS, then don't listen to BTS. It's fine. There's hundreds of other boy bands and girl bands in the K-pop industry. If you just want to listen to Korean music, K-pop's not really a genre because it rivers not every other genre. You can always doodle around groups, of course. Like, even if you go watch my some other previous videos, I was saying, like, kind of feeling bad that I'm only listening to BTS, but I also try to evolve and show love towards other groups. But you can't really blame them for having so much love towards them. And, like, I guess people are getting frustrated, but to the end of the day, it's on your alternative of going and looking up other groups. I'm sorry that your group that you might love doesn't have that much fame, but they're still famous, I guess. Like, there's still other groups that are famous, and maybe it could be nice to just be the only one who fangirls and loves or fanboys towards this one group. You just have to adapt to that, and that's just the reality of things, okay? So I'm not really sure why people would be frustrated on that. So, but there are other popular groups other than BTS, like Monsta X, Stray Kids, ATEEZ, TXT, which is another big hit group, NCT. I could keep on going down the list. I can't think of any though. Okay, there's other groups, and from Proof. And if you want to listen to other groups, then go ahead. These groups are already famous, and they're more, again, saying what David said, putting them back in past, they are really famous compared to second generation K-pop and are doing a lot. Okay, again, saying new faces in the industry. The K-pop industry is gigantic. If you want new faces, go look up all K-pop groups. Click on a group, look at a new face in your house. Okay, it's that simple. It's your alternative of making new faces in the industry. Yes, everything might be BTS this, BTS that, but again, people are always promoting BTS because BTS is just like a money-making thing. Like, a lot of US and UK, it's everywhere internationally. Everyone's putting the name BTS because they know it's going to get a lot of clicks. It's going to get a lot of likes because their fandom's very popular. And I guess that's, maybe it's the fandom's problem or something like that. I'm not bashing ARMY. ARMY are amazing. But it's just like, I'm sorry, but BTS are bringing the coin, bringing the popularity, and that's what they're going to use for anything. Like, honestly, I would be guilty of that too. If I was a news station or anything like that, I would be putting BTS's name on things. I would be putting anything that's popular's name on things, so I could get more clicks and I could benefit from it. So if you want new faces in the industry, I'm sorry, but BTS are just on the top right now, and you have to deal with that, okay? Next thing, people are exhausted of getting so much exposure to BTS. Again, people, industries, companies that are wanting to make money, especially in the entertainment industry, they're gonna put what's ever big, okay? When Justin Bieber was really big, everything was on Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber did this. Ooh, Justin Bieber got a bunch of tattoos. Whatever happened to Justin Bieber, I wasn't really on him. But, yes, BTS will be on a lot of things, and that's just because BTS are the most popular. BTS are the most active. Not really most active, but BTS are more interesting, and they have a lot of fandom, and they just will more people will feed into that, rather if you say ATs or NCT. And you can even see by the numbers and stuff, BTS are just drawing more attention towards that things, so that's why you're just getting so much exposure to BTS. Plus, BTS are amazing. Like, why wouldn't really you want to be exposed to them? For me, my first K-pop group, I never really listened to K-pop other than like Gangnam Style, from Gangnam Style, which again was a really popular song in 2012. I didn't really listen to anything other than Gangnam Style until I was exposed to BTS. And then that kind of got me into Korean culture. Like, I'm not Korean, but like I was more interested in the K-pop industry. And I found it really interesting on how they have like visuals and they form groups, and like how kids always dream of being a K-pop group and like leaving home from Seoul. I just always found that interesting. So being exposed to K-pop also made me be exposed to BTS, made me be exposed to K-pop, which also made me be exposed to the Korean culture and what they have there. You know, so another reason why BTS are always exposure, because they're getting a lot of money. It's really good for the economy there, and it's just, that's the reality again. Like, you can't beat it. Honestly, I'm sorry, but that's just what's gonna be there. And like, BTS's time will flow past naturally. BTS, no artist is always big, right? Again, I'll talk about some Western artists here. Justin Bieber, yeah, he's always good, and you will always know Justin Bieber's name. Like, there's anyone who doesn't know who Justin Bieber is. But, you know, he had his time of shining, going on concerts, you know, having a bunch of fangirls, all that kind of crazy stuff, and it's going to pass by. Like, same thing with, like, Billie Eilish. Billie Eilish is amazing. I love her music. But, again, she has a lot of fame now. Her time's going to pass by, like any artist. And, like, I'm sorry that other groups are just like, timing's wrong for them. I'm sorry, timing's wrong for you. Maybe in a few years BTS will go and it'll be that one group that's just gonna pop out. I'm sorry. It doesn't matter what entertainment company you're from. It doesn't matter about anything. I'm sorry, just timing's not the time. BTS are on the top. BTS will be on the top for a little bit longer, maybe a lot longer. I don't know like what's gonna happen in the future, but it's just timing's not right for these other groups and stuff like that. So, I'm sorry about that, but can't really do anything about that. So, another thing saying, I'm just going to say here, like, David kind of sugarcoated around it, but pretty much BTS paved the way. Not giving BTS not all the credit to BTS, but again, like, I think I said at the beginning, but K-pop in general, K-pop groups are more popular than second generation kings and queens, okay? It's true. And yes, BTS are, I will say, kings of third generation. I'm just saying it now. BTS. Amazing. Anyway, but BTS pretty much paved the way for other groups. Like, say, for example, you know, the Late Late Show with James Corden. Anyway, you know that Flinch thing? Now, everyone's having Flinch. Now he's doing Flinch with pretty much every other K-pop group. Only two others. Blackpink and NCT. But still, any other YouTube news station, Ellen show, anything. Now because of BTS went on there, got a lot of likes, now they're going to try to bring in other K-pop groups, which gets those other K-pop groups more popularity and more fame towards an international aspect, because K-pop, yes, it's originated in Korea, but K-pop is a very versatile and international thing, and having international fandom is a lot stronger than just having a Korean fandom, because Korea, a small country, South Korea, pretty much, because North Korea. Anyway, so South Korea, and South Korea is a small country, maybe Korea and Japan, they're just small countries, and so that's benefiting a lot of these groups. So BTS pretty much kind of was the pathway for that. BTS did it first, other groups are going to do it, and there are some groups who are doing their first doing this, first doing that. They're just not as much, and other groups after they see BTS do it, or after, because BTS will, BTS have done it pretty much all now, and now you're seeing the backlash of it coming in. AT's doing the same interview, TXT doing the same interview, NCT doing the same interview, AT's, right? I never said AT's. Anyway, other groups, even girl groups doing the same interview, going on world tours internationally, that's just gonna do. BTS opened the path, and yes, BTS have more doors to open, I bet. I don't really, I feel like BTS already did all, but then watched another door open. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that could have happened. But anyway, BTS pretty much opened all these doors for the other groups, so it's just that, I'm just gonna say, BTS pretty much paved the way, and you have to accept that, okay? You have to really accept that. That's for anything in the entertainment industry. It's not in their control. It's more the fandom control, and just what people will cling on to and control, okay? It's you can't control the human brain and what they're going to cling on to. You're going to be most likely exposed. First group you're going to be exposed to is most likely going to either be Blackpink or BTS, because they have the most hype. They have the strongest fandom. BTS more than Blackpink. Sorry. But that's just what's going to happen. And yes, after you get exposed to that, you might be drawn to the group that you are exposed to more, or you're exposed to firstly, or you might just switch over and be like, I don't really like this group, but I'm happy that this group exposed me to K-pop, but I like this group more. It's just the reality. I've just noticed in a lot of people, usually when you have your first decision, you always go with your first decision rather than your second or third decision, but but not everyone's the same. And again, statistics wise, BTS have paved the way, and BTS have the most popularity. And again, what David said, he said not only with ARMY and their fandom. My mom's sister loves BTS. They don't love it, but they're interested in BTS, and they're like, yeah, let's get more content on BTS. What else did BTS do? Everyone's interested in what BTS is doing, and that's just that. I'm obviously ARMY interested in what BTS is doing. It's just anyone. It's just kind of everyone's kind of I won't say but information thirsty. Even me, I would love to be informed of information. I just love, I like politics, giving my own opinion to things, which is a lot of my channel if you subscribe because of this video. But you see, I just want a lot of information and wanting to know what's hyped up and what's in. So you're gonna get that information, and people always are wanting to know this thing. And a lot of YouTube channels, even though they're the smallest thing that happens with BTS, they will put it out there because they know it's going to get more clicks, more likes, and people are curious. That's the thing. People are curious. That's human nature. People are curious. And you're just going to have to accept that. And again, I'm not saying that BTS did every little thing, but I'm saying BTS did contribute to some of this stuff. They for sure did. So you have to respect that, and you have to accept it. Okay? And I don't know how long more BTS will be high up. I'm hoping for a long time. But I'm not sure. BTS could, I'm not sure when BTS's time is going to end. But it's a natural thing. Let it go. Let it come in. Okay? Timing's key, okay? BTS came in at a perfect time when social media was big. They had great ways of promoting themselves and creating a strong fan base, which is another thing. Again, another thing why BTS is really popular, it's BTS's fandom's also really popular. I've got to say, being ARMY, just kind of even though I don't really like the term of being ARMY, crazy fandom, all that kind of stuff, because ARMY are caring and not like only a small portion of army are actually crazy. Like I will go all out for these boys and stuff like that, but like I know how to strangle myself, and like I'm not like always like if they don't post something on Twitter, I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, they didn't post it. Like honestly, I don't even know like half the time they post something or they do something. Like I'm kind of always like the late one. Like my friends like, Jay, did you hear this? I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. It's just like their fandom is really strong and on top of them, and that's another reason why they have a lot of fame, is just because of the fandom. And maybe that's the key. Groups need to start creating a really strong fandom or something like that. I don't know, but fandom's also really natural and stuff like that. It's not really, it can't really be forced. I kind of changed the topic there. But anyway, talking about DKDKTV. Again, I said I was on David's side. I don't even think there are sides in this thing. I hate really picking sides. It's really rude and stuff. But basically, I'm saying that I like David's point of view of things, and I fully understand where he's coming from. And like, it's a hard thing when your partner is not at their best state, and like kind of, because I would also expect like, you know what I mean, like DKDKB, my first thought would be like, oh, David has something to do with this too, right? But then I was happy that he went to the alternative and said his part on it, and I watched his part, not really Danny's part in his podcast with the journalist, and that's how I summoned my opinion, and that's a good thing. So thank you for watching this video. If you stayed till the end, I think it's gonna be a long video, which I hate, but anyway, thank you for watching this video. Please, if you like my opinion, please subscribe and like this video. Comment below your thoughts on it too. Bye.